Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Pulp Addicts Pod. Excuse me. I'm your host, Dave Cruz, and along with my good friends and colleagues, Jerry Cthulhu and Gigi Rabbit. Let me
Dave.
bring them in real quick. Things are a little bit different today. As you can see, we're on YouTube. Thanks, Sylvain, for joining us.
No video.
Dragon Rose. Awesome.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No video. Oh, there it is. Okay.
There's a delay. Always
between you and I, or video? I got you.
No. So, anyways, you hear back from Suzanne?
Nope.
What?
Nice.
Weak. Man, I thought that was going to be a monstrous one. I turned up the reverb and everything. Just nothing.
Wait, that actually made my voice reverb. How'd you do that?
I just turned up my reverb on my physical mixer.
Check it out.
Right now.
I think I even. Oh, yeah? No.
No.
No. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
You ain't reverbing.
That's okay. I don't need to. Anyways, thanks for joining us, guys. Everyone.
Fun little feature.
I'm still trying to figure out how to log into the damn chat.
Oh, sorry.
Hammering? Are you hammering?
No. Emptying my one hitter. Give
Building
me a break.
something.
What are you trying to? What chat trying to get into?
This one?
Go to the YouTube channel.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Wait, are we on Twitch?
Yeah,
Are
man.
we on
We're on
Twitch
YouTube.
also? Oh, just
No.
on YouTube. Okay.
There we go. All right. There it is. How are we on Twitch? No way.
Yeah, we
on
always do
YouTube.
this on YouTube, don't we?
We're on
Yeah.
YouTube? No.
Okay.
This one? No, we
But where did
usually
we do it
do
before?
everything on the Beyond the Strange Twitch channel. Now we are doing different channels on YouTube.
Okay.
So BTS has
right,
its own on YouTube, and now Pulp Addicts has its own on YouTube. And Midnight Blend will also have one soon.
Yeah.
Make me a mod,
On YouTube. Okay.
please.
No, we usually do everything on the Beyond the Strange Twitch channel. Now we are doing different channels on YouTube. So BTS has its own. What the hell? On YouTube. Anyways, talk people.
Live? Oh, we are live.
You almost have 50% of your subscribers watching.
Right on. Almost.
5 out of 16.
Well, might as well make me a mod too.
You gotta,
I am a mod. Okay.
How are you a mod already?
I'm not.
Yeah, it says I am.
Okay.
There's none.
You almost have 50% of your subscribers watching.
Boom. You should be a wrench. Almost.
Boom. Nope. Yep. Thank you.
Might as well make me a mod too.
Alrighty.
I am a mod.
Good stuff.
Let's
good
light this
stuff.
candle. I'm not.
Okay. Anyways. Been a while since we did a pap smear. PAP. But sorry, I'm sniffling. Not sniveling. I'm sniffling. I don't know what I got. All I know is I had a hell of a week at work. I
No,
don't want
for
to
the
talk about it.
longest time,
Been a while since we did
for the longest time growing up, when people would say pap smear,
Mhm.
I thought they were saying Pat Smear, the guy from Foo Fighters. And I've wondered for years, like, what did he do? Like, what does that mean? I seriously wasn't until like 10 years ago I realized they were not saying Pat Smear.
Yeah, no, it's a female thing.
Yeah.
When you get married, you'll learn all about that. When you get a girlfriend, rather.
When you grow up,
When you grow up.
son, when you grow up. Anyways, everyone like and follow, please. That's in the
I don't want to grow up.
chat room. Hit the like
I don't
button.
want to grow up. I'm
We
a
need to
Toys
get
R
this
Us
channel
kid.
You don't want to grow up. You're a Toys R Us kid.
Did they go out of business?
When you grow up,
Only
I
in
don't think so.
America.
Son,
Only in America.
They're very prominent in like Japan and
They're big in Japan,
Yes.
like me. I'm big in Japan.
I'll bet you are.
Compared to Japanese people, I'm like a foot taller.
You don't want to grow up. You're a Toys R Us kid.
I used to have a shirt like that, said I'm big in Japan. And
I don't think so.
like this one guy towering over a bunch of smaller people.
I used to have a Iron Maiden shirt. Iron Maiden. That said Made in Japan.
Ah,
And it had their mascot, Eddie, and he's all like with a samurai sword and shit. It's pretty dope.
it's clever.
dude, I saw this. I saved this clip on Instagram. This little post video. It's these two girls. One of the guitar player, singer, she's probably like 10, and the drummer is probably like 6 or 7, and they're covering an Iron Maiden song perfectly, and it's insane. Both the
6-year-old.
guitar player and the drummer, yeah, like very tiny little kids. She might have been 7 or 8. The drummer, certainly no more. I mean, she was small, little toddler child, and like my first thought was like, this must be overdubbed or something. But I'm paying attention to the drummer. Like, nah, she's hitting every single little roll and everything. And pretty damn wild, dude. I know drummers that are my age that can't even do that, you know. And they've
I wonder
been
if there's
playing
a
their
way
whole
to do
life.
that. So I'm gonna find that video. There's gotta be a way to find it.
Oh, I could link it.
I enabled sharing, by the way.
Oh, and
That's
also
pretty
real
cool.
quick, dude. So we went to one of the times I saw Queens of the Stone Age last year. Mercedes came with us. You probably remember Mercedes, Dave. She came with me to Contact in the Desert.
I think so.
And so I never think about like, because I'm pretty tall, you know, I'm like 6'1". I never think about what it's like for short people. But at that concert, like where we were, it was perfectly fine for me. I could see, we're in the general admission standing area. I could see everything. And then Mercedes, she couldn't see anything. And I actually had to duck down to see what it's like to be that short. I was like, oh, damn, this like literally sucks for you. But like, this is awesome for me.
Yeah. What a dick.
What a bummer.
You're short.
We're in the general admission standing area. I could see everything. And then Mercedes.
It's funny. Oh, who's got their phone on? Is that you, Jerry? You still have it on?
On?
I hear background, like the show. Like, yeah, okay.
No,
It works.
it's you.
It's
Why
working.
wouldn't it work?
Who knows? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Who's got their phone on? But I gotta get this background fixed. Did I tell you, Gigi, all my what are those called? Overlays? They're all gone. It works.
It's you.
I don't know what happened.
Bummer. Dude, I don't know what I would do if that happened. Well, I know what I'd do. I'd have to resubscribe to Streamlabs
Yep.
Prime or whatever and find some new shit. But dude, I'm so attached to my
Gigi, all my
shit. It's like part of my identity now. I don't know what I would do. Okay, I found the link to those girls shredding.
oh, nice.
Should I just put that in the YouTube chat or?
Yeah.
Should I,
I'm gonna make
send it
these
to you?
guys mods too. Dragon Rose and Sylvain. How about that, guys?
You should make everybody a mod.
Almost everyone. Yeah.
Okay, I found the link. But what happens if we get a strike? Does that get them in trouble too?
Oh, nice. I don't think so.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna get a strike on this particular show.
No, we're not gonna talk
We,
about
we
anything.
can.
True.
Can get a you want to strike?
Oh, yeah, Derek
Vaccines
can
cause
strike it up real
autism.
Oh God, there it goes.
Oh man.
There it goes.
Kidding. It's a joke.
Yeah, this is stand-up comedy. YouTube
I don't think so.
robots.
I don't actually even believe that.
No, I don't believe any of it. True.
Can get you want to strike? They're a side
What do they write in the description?
of this
The
show.
uh,
Marvel and
something about the Patriot Fairness Act or some shit like that.
in the description of this video.
No, other videos that they don't want to get in trouble, so they put that shit on there. Something about the Fairness Act or some shit like that.
Oh, the Fair Use Act.
Fair Use Act. There you go.
Yeah, but
that. We're doing
that's-
that right now.
There's no, we're not using other people's material. The Fair Use Act is inherent. You were granted it inherently. You don't need to put up a fucking notice in your video or talk about it. It's your right.
Yeah, you don't need to, but a lot of people do just to be extra. Like,
Extra
hey,
what?
this is not a problem, bitch. Like,
You know what? The AI that scans all the YouTube videos and gives you strikes and whatnot doesn't read
Now,
those
this-
slides.
Now, a lot of times, like artists that don't understand that their music gets used, and like if it's like a commentary sort of video with their work in the background, they don't understand the Fair Use Act, and they start trying to sue and stuff. So they just put that disclaimer out for those dummies. Okay. Which, by the way, that reminds me, we've been wanting to do on this other Twitch channel, like me and all my anti-ed homies wanted to like just hang out and watch skate videos together, like and do a Zoom watch party and do that. But like America, this is skateboarding. They use a lot of like Jimi Hendrix songs and Danzig and all kinds of stuff. But isn't it the case like Twitch might be different, but in general, like as long as you're doing commentary on something like that, like they won't copyright strike you for or they're not supposed to anyway, right?
It depends. Like if you watch a lot, for instance, there are people who live stream themselves gambling, playing a slot machine or playing blackjack or some shit like that, right? There are a lot of people that do that on YouTube. Like Beyond Blackjack is one. And if there is loud music playing in the background at the casino, you can get a copyright strike. If you watch a lot, which I think is ridiculous. And it's not a copyright strike's the wrong term. Your video will get demonetized, and the money, any money you make, will go to the copyright holder of that music, for even if it's for like 5 seconds of sound.
Well, that's how it is everywhere except for Twitch. What Twitch does is it just, let's say you played a song for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It will, if somebody goes and watches a replay, it will mute just a 5-minute block roughly around where you did that 10 seconds.
Yeah.
YouTube
do
used to do that.
Videos all the time.
And you get a copyright strike, and then if you get 3 of those, you're out.
Do you remember when YouTube was blacking out streams live for like violating something? They would, if there was some kind of strike mid live stream, they would go dark.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Like 3 years ago. I haven't seen them do that lately. I think they stopped. It was very annoying. They were taking live streams off in real time. It was actually during the election because YouTube's, you know, pretty left wing. So any right wing talk tended to get the black screen of death while you were live streaming. I haven't seen them do that lately. I think they stopped. It was very good times. They were taking live streams off.
Funniest meme earlier. I'm gonna send it to you, Dave, and leave it up to you if you want to put that up. But
Okay.
it was hilarious.
Oh, this is interesting. So I have a chat widget for the show.
Wet chidget.
I don't know. I just do it. Anyways, the messages were just disappearing for some reason now.
It probably doesn't help that I texted it to you. I should probably send it through Gilded, huh?
Oh, there's one.
Honestly, you should rethink the whole way the video works. You should make the zoom window full screen, but less opaque, and then you could put other things in overlays. I don't know. Or arrange them on the side. I don't know. Never mind. I'll shut up. Let's talk about other shit.
All right, like this. I mean, take a look at your screen on your phone.
I'm watching on full screen. No, can you make it like a vertical column? Or arrange on the left? I don't know. Never mind. Pass the duchy. Let's talk about other shit. GG.
Oh, that would be the view. Take a look at your screen.
The View. I hate that show. Where did you just message, GG?
Gilded.
Gilded. Vertical column.
I also texted it to Dave.
I saw that. I saw that. Yeah, Dragon Rose, she remembers that blacking out in the live stream. It was crazy. It's like, I don't know, whatever. There you go. Now make it smaller.
Right.
Width-wise. About to take out like 25% of it. And then make it a little bit taller.
Well, also, like, Dave, your face is cut off and Jerry's body's cut off.
No,
I don't
not
know if
yet.
that's on purpose.
Not yet.
I'm working on it. Remember, there's delay.
Now make it smaller. You got to shrink it some more though. Width-wise. We can play with this after the show. Nobody needs to watch you do this.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
They know.
My parents might be listening, and I'm embarrassed.
I'm working on it. No. Well,
No, they're not.
not much I could do about that.
They're not. They're not.
Okay. How's that look? A little bit better?
We can play with this after the show. Nobody needs
No?
to watch you do this.
It's okay.
Alright.
I mean,
There you go. There, that's good. Perfect. That's exactly what I was talking about. And now you can make the chat widget the whole screen, the whole height.
it's big. Chat widget. Okay, let's try that.
Oh, it could be that there's just not any new chats.
It should increase in size.
Perfect. That's exactly.
Here in a second.
Chat widget the whole screen.
Innuendo, man.
GG's too close to the camera.
It's big. Chat widget.
I
Not
didn't
anymore.
say it. Dragon Rose said it.
There it is. Look at that.
Perfect. That looks way better.
Increase. All
I
right.
think it does.
I'm happy I appeased you.
And now you could even shift the background over to the right, so you could see the whole thing.
Not
I didn't
anymore.
say it. Dragon Rose said it.
There it is. Look at that.
Perfect. That looks way better.
Yeah, that looks good. All right.
I think it does.
I'm happy You'll see in a minute.
Yep.
It actually takes about a minute for everything
That looks so much better.
Wait, watch this. It's not even done yet.
Dude, save this scene so you don't lose it. Profile.
We go. Boom.
Tain't here yet.
You'll see in a minute.
Yep.
It actually takes
What happened?
about a minute for everything
That looks so much better.
Wait, I hope these things stay. I know, me too. I hate to have to fuck with it all the time.
Yeah, well, just
This is
I
good.
don't.
Good job, Jerry. This looks good. I like this.
Tain't here yet.
You guys see it on your end? No?
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Much better. All right, Jer. We're going to start. Okay. First of all, rest in peace. A couple people passed away, namely Richard Lewis. I never watched Curb Your Enthusiasm, but when I was a kid, I remember Richard Lewis when he first started doing like stand-up comedy. All right, Jer. We're going to start.
Yeah, he was pretty funny. He was one of my favorite comics.
Yeah. Him and Stephen Wright. I don't know if you remember Stephen Wright, kind of baldy
Of course I
guy.
do.
Yeah. That dude was crazy.
I
He was
like that
always
one
like,
joke of his where he said, there was a light switch in my room, and every time I walked in, I would flick it on and off, and nothing happened. And then, I forget, he went somewhere else, and someone said, cut it out. Like he was turning on his neighbors. I can't remember his jokes. They're so esoteric. It's weird.
I know.
Yeah, I love Stephen Wright.
He had an HBO special. I used to watch them all on HBO, and he opened up his refrigerator, and there was a box of powdered water. It's like, what do you add?
I can't remember his jokes. They're so esoteric.
They're crazy.
Richard Lewis is one of the comics. I was just talking to someone about this yesterday. There's a movie from 2005 called The Aristocrats. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
It is a movie about a joke that comedians tell in the green rooms to each other, not for the audience, to basically make them laugh. It's a gag joke. It has a structure and a punchline, but the whole entire joke is basically ad-libbed. And the more disgusting, filthy, foul, gross you can make that middle ad-lib part, excuse me, the better. And the more likely you will make your fellow comics laugh. Anyway, this movie is a documentary about the joke as told by various comics during the time. It's like George Carlin, Martin Mull, Michael McKean, Harry Shearer, Robin Williams is in it, Richard Lewis is in it. That's just like 6 people out of Gilbert Gottfried out of like the 50 comedians in the movie. As a showcase of comedy circa 2005. It's a great movie. If you're squeamish, you won't like it.
I don't even think I'll even attempt.
It's graphic language, not graphic. Nothing. No. I mean, the hallmarks of the ad lib are basically pissing, shitting, puking, fucking, incest, and pedophilia. I mean, that. You can imagine the ad lib that would come out of a joke like that. Phyllis Diller's in it. She tells a funny one. And it's funny, like the old school people in it, like Larry Storch is in it too. The guy from F Troop. I mean, he's old. He says it in like he does it in like an old British accent, stodgy.
Yeah, it's
It's a good movie. Check it
pretty
out.
gross. It gets bad. They have some pretty good comedians.
So I saw it in the theater. It was playing at one theater in Atlanta when it came out because it was like an artsy movie. It didn't have a wide distribution. So we went to see it. There was probably 20 people in the theater. About 15 to 20 minutes into it, half of those people left. They got up and left. I'm in like the third row laughing my ass off because it was hilarious. And we got really high before we went in there.
Oh yeah, you gotta have to have that humor. Sure.
Man, it's good times. Anyway,
Richard Lewis is dead.
who else? Couple wrestlers died this week. Virgil and
Virgil.
some other dude.
Yep. Yep.
And
Part of the WWF, now WWE.
I posted my weekly death stuff on Twitter yesterday. I don't remember who it was now. There were 2 actors who died. Couple wrestlers died this week.
And I know it's not a paranormal show or anything, but one of the Rothschilds died at the beginning of the week.
I posted my.
I didn't know they could die.
All right.
Oh, they last until their 90s.
He must have not made it to his coffin in time. And I know it's not a. Didn't get that achrome.
But the WWE, I always wondered why why did they stop calling it WWF? But I heard, isn't it something to do with like there was
not
something
real.
called like the World Wildlife
World
Federation?
Wildlife Foundation
Yeah.
sued,
So
or they. I don't know if they sued or there was some legal shenanigans that went back and forth between them, and they became the WWE, and WWF kept their name.
Well, I heard something different. I heard it was because it's not real wrestling. But they had to change it to entertainment instead of wrestling.
So, TikTok singer Kat Janis. She died of cancer. Hector Ortiz, MLB catcher, dead. Dave Myers from the Harry Bikers, he died. Ole Anderson was the other.
Yeah, the other wrestler.
Yeah. Charles Deerkop, who you may or may not remember, but you'd know him if you saw him. Hector Ortiz, MLB catcher.
Is there like a Deadpool list you're looking at, or what?
Yeah, I post on Fridays all the people who died.
There
This
you go.
dude, Ole Anderson was the other.
Looks like Doug
You've seen
Henning.
him. You've seen him a million times. He's a character actor on tons of shit.
Looks
He
like Doug
died.
Henning.
wait, hold on. That first lady you mentioned, you said she
Kat-
was a TikTok singer. What does that mean? Like she just sings on TikTok?
Oh, I have no idea.
Never heard of that particular occupation.
Content creator, right?
She's a TikToker.
Yeah,
What did I say?
TikTok singer.
I thought you said TikTok singer.
I'm looking for the tweet again.
What if I was a YouTube skateboarder? Was that? I skateboard only on YouTube.
Well, some people do.
Viral TikTok singer. Yes. So that Harry Bikers, that dude.
I thought you said TikTok singer.
That dude was old. That was it. That was all the big. Oh, Jose De Leon, former National League strikeout leader. He died.
Yeah, doesn't ring a bell.
Steve Miller, the author Steve Miller, of the Layden universe of books. He died.
Oh God, I thought you were going to talk about the artist.
No, he'll die soon, but not yet.
He's old, man.
So, for movie news that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, and then we're going to go to Gigi after that for gaming news.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
okay. Well, I mean,
After.
we're talking about death days. How about a birthday?
Oh, okay. Let's do
My
that.
birthday was
Okay.
last week. Mine was last week.
It's well, nobody knows
Happy
the
birthday.
exact day. It gets a little murky on this one, but we know it's this month. Is the 30th anniversary of Daytona USA, the arcade game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Got a lot of my quarters.
You've never seen Daytona in every single arcade in the
That's
90s?
Sega, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was one of their
No.
big.
I
that
probably
Virtual
recognize the
Fighter.
logo. I just don't remember.
You probably remember the song that would blare in the arcade. Daytona.
When I hung out in arcades, like Space Invaders and Asteroids were the big games.
Yeah, this was until like '94, but
I was
yeah.
almost 30
Anyway,
then.
happy birthday to one of the
Recognize the logo.
most awesome racers. Which also, speaking of which, so Daytona USA 2. So the first Daytona was obviously massive and got ports to all kinds of Saturn, Dreamcast, PS2, and everybody got a version of that. But Daytona USA 2, just even more awesome, but it never got ported to a home console or PC ever until last month. It came out on there's a game called Yakuza. It's a spin-off game called Like a Dragon, and in the game you can go to an arcade and play Daytona 2. That's the only legal way you can play it at home. I have it on my PC via other means, but
Okay. When we get to
yeah,
that
first
segment,
official release.
we'll talk more about it. And not sorry, Gigi, I don't mean to cut you off, but we're gonna
Yeah, you did.
try to do that. I know, but I am sorry. I want to. I kind of want to have a format. Sorry. But yeah, we're gonna do movie news, then we're gonna do gaming news, and then whatever else. Fuck it. All right. Go ahead, Jerry.
So the format goes out the window after the gaming news.
It does.
No.
It's part of the format.
So it's official. Disney lost $1 billion last year
Yay!
between their streaming and movie losses. That's one thing. James Gunn has retitled the Superman Legacy movie they're making.
To Superman.
Just a Superman. And I think that's all I know about that. The Deadpool movie is coming out soon. July, I think. Looking forward to that. Deadpool versus Deadpool. Is it Deadpool and Wolverine? Is that what it's called?
Deadpool and Wolverine. Yep.
If you haven't seen the trailer for that, it's hilarious. I mean,
You want to share it?
Why don't you just play it?
I can't, because if I do,
Why?
then you guys can't watch it.
Why not?
Because it's just something shitty with OBS on my part. If you guys share it, then
Okay, I'll do.
we can all see it.
I'll do it.
But yeah,
I don't. You're gonna have to make the screen like the share bigger or something, so
I don't think I
everyone
can do
can
that.
see it.
why not? Because it's just something shitty with OBS.
But yeah, that would be kind of hard to do on your end. Now I think about it.
Well, I mean, the audience will see it, but you guys won't. It's weird. I don't know how it works, and then it's hard to get it back to a normal.
Okay, well,
Definitely a
here.
way to do it, but that's beyond me.
I got it. And you can do whatever you want with it. This is the trailer.
That works.
Yeah, that would be kind of hard.
All right, okay. It's been a challenging few years, for sure. But I'm happy. That is because of each and every one of you. I'm the luckiest man alive.
Make a wish, buddy.
Wade Wilson? Who's asking? Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that supposed to be scary? Pegging isn't new for me, friendo. but it is for Disney.
Mr. Wilson, you appear to have soiled yourself while unconscious.
I wasn't unconscious. Who are you?
I like that.
Why am I here?
Walk with me. Wait. You are special. This is your chance to be a hero among heroes.
I smell what you're stepping in, Sensei. Your little cinematic universe is about to change forever. I'm the Messiah. I am Marvel Jesus. God, please! Oh my fuck! God, I love this part. Wait! Don't just stand there, you ape. Give me a hand up. Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much.
That's great.
Is that
Little like-
who was that actor?
Don't just stand there, you
For
Ryan Reynolds?
Give me a hand up.
Oh, okay, yeah, looked familiar.
Nope, I'm actually
Couldn't-
okay. Thank you very much.
I can hear it in the background.
Yeah, that
That
looks fun.
oh, it looks hilarious. And that first line where he's like, it's like, I'm not new to pegging, but Disney is.
Who's that actor?
That was pretty funny.
Ryan Reynolds?
Not
Yeah,
for
that's
kids, for sure.
great.
I think it's the first R-rated movie for Disney, huh? Right?
It's
Marvel.
not rated yet. It's not rated yet.
Oh, okay. Should be.
So, the villain in this movie, which is where I was going with this, before I got distracted by the amazing trailer, is Cassandra Nova.
I think it's the first.
Who is Cassandra Nova? Xavier. She is Charles Xavier's
Twin.
fraternal twin that he banished to the void, essentially, at birth. And then Grant Morrison resurrected her in one of his series for the X-Men. In true Grant Morrison style. Her what did he call it? Her global consciousness was unattached to her fetal cells that were sprayed upon the wall at the hospital. I forget the story. It's crazy Grant Morrison shit. I love it.
It's nuts.
One of his series for the X-Men. Oh, cool. Someone actually wrote about it.
Yeah, I threw that in there. There's a lot. There's been some confirmed cameos, I guess.
I forget the story. It's crazy Grant Morrison shit. I heard. I love it.
It's nuts.
I don't remember now. I've heard so many rumors about people who are going to be in it. Someone actually wrote about it. Matt Damon, I think. Or
Yes.
Affleck. Affleck and
and his
and
wife.
what's her? Yeah,
Jennifer
Jennifer Garner. So Daredevil and Elektra are in it too. So I think I don't know. I heard rumors a long time ago that this script was going to be a cleanup of the multiverse. They were going to kill off all the legacy Sony characters from the X-Men, so the new ones can come in. I don't know if that's true. But since the TVA is in the preview, it's pretty clear that he's going on some kind of variant cleanup mission. So who is deemed a variant or not is up there. But yeah, that's what it's going to be about. And
Nice.
I had also heard something that the guy was talking to at the beginning, the TVA representative, was actually not the guy in charge. He was just some rogue TVA agent. Which again, I don't know if that's the case, but I've heard that as well. Which is interesting. He could be having Wolverine kill the opposite people who should be killed, you know. And once, if you have a variant, one thing that was never explained in the Loki series is if you in fact were a variant, if your prime was killed, would you still be a variant? Would you be identified as a variant, or would you then become the prime? I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
enough of that geekiness. Okay.
Well, it's confusing. It starts to get confusing.
I got two more things.
Yeah.
The Crow remake's been announced, and they cast Bill Skarsgård as the Crow. He
I think
is
they
the guy who
got
played it.
canceled.
No, they just started. They cast him, the guy from It,
Well,
the creepy eyes.
it starts to get confusing.
I got two more things. They're getting a lot of backlash.
I know.
About remaking it. But you know, there's nothing new coming out of Hollywood, just reboots. Speaking of, this is going to be new. Apple has ordered 10 episodes of an adaptation of Neuromancer, the William Gibson novel from like 79 or whatever it was.
I don't think I've heard of that.
It is the novel that coined the term cyberspace.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
it's like it kicked off the whole cyberpunk sci-fi genre. Neuromancer. It's good. It's a book. The story's about a guy who's in the Neuromancer world. Computer people can hook up their computer to their brain and like think commands and program with their brain instead of having to type and stuff. And they have hackers like that, and Neuromancer is one such of those people. So it's a good story. A lot of it. If you ever saw the movie, in the Neuromancer world, computer people can hook up their computer to their brain and like it was a Keanu Reeves movie. Think commands.
Oh, Johnny Mnemonic?
Thank you, Johnny Mnemonic. Johnny Mnemonic is loosely based on Neuromancer. I think, if I remember correctly, Johnny Mnemonic itself was a short story that William Gibson wrote, and then he wrote the novel Neuromancer, like expanding on that. So, same concepts. The way he operated on the internet and all that, that's kind of what Neuromancer was all about. Plus a tech. And if you ever played the game Shadowrun, that's also based on the Neuromancer universe.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's a great game. It's a tabletop game, not the computer game. Anyway, that's all my news. Same concept. That was the noteworthy stuff. And Dune came out. Dune Part 2 came out today. The reviews are excellent. Last time I looked, it was like at 95 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh.
Critics and users. That I've never seen anyone.
First one was good. First part.
The first part. What?
The first part of Dune.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at your thing about the Crow. Going, the Crow didn't have a first part.
Oh no, I meant that's all I meant. Anyways.
Yeah, no, yeah. I love the first movie. It was great. It was it was like when it was over, like damn it. Now I'm gonna have to wait 2-3 years to watch the rest. Hopefully it does well enough that he makes Part 3, Doom Messiah. Because that's when shit gets real.
Is that going to be like the entire Doom movie from the 80s?
No, this movie plus the last one is the entire Dune movie from the 80s.
But there's another part after that.
No, there's another book.
Another book. Okay.
The stuff in this movie and the last Dune movie are basically the first book.
Right. Okay.
And then I think Dune Messiah came next. I think Children of Dune came after that. I don't remember.
Gotcha.
It's been a long time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I like the actor. I think he did good in Wonka, by the way.
No, there's another book. That's what I heard too. I heard that movie didn't suck.
It didn't. If you like musicals, it's actually pretty good. It gives a nod to the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with what's his name, Gene Wilder.
Gene the Dancing Machine.
Yeah, I think he did good. But yeah, I liked it. It was a good movie.
That's what I heard too. I heard that movie.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and apparently the budget for the Superman movie, the new one, is $365 million.
Damn.
I can't believe that's true, but that's the rumor.
Oh my God, they picked the perfect Lois Lane. Thank you, sir. What's her name?
I haven't even looked at the casting.
Rachel something Bresnahan, something like that. Anyways, she's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. David Cornsweet looks just like Henry Cavill to me. So,
When is that coming out?
oh my God, they picked the perfect next year, I think.
2025, yeah. David Cornsweet. I haven't even looked at the casting. Rachel Brosnahan.
Yeah, dude, she's dope. And then what's his name? The guy that played Beast in the X-Men. He's gonna be Lex Luthor. Pretty awesome. X-Men Origin and X-Men First Class.
Fraser Crane.
No, X-Men First Class. The young ones. The younger X-Men.
Who played what?
He played Beast.
Oh, Nicholas
Holt.
Nicholas Holt, yeah. He was good in Renfield, I thought, if you ever saw that movie.
It was good. I liked it.
I liked it.
I thought it was funny. I love Nick Cage at
I've
the
never
end.
seen this Rachel Brosnahan woman before.
She reminds me of the gal that was in Superman Returns. What's her name? Kate something. I can't remember her name, but she played Lois Lane.
Boswick.
I think so. No. Maybe.
Rachel Brosnahan.
Anyways.
So Nicholas Holt is playing Lex Luthor?
Yeah.
With or without hair?
Without. Superman Returns. He shaved his head.
Yeah, because Zack Snyder made it out like he was bald by choice after prison. Like they shaved him to go into prison.
That's funny.
Or was it? I mean, that's kind of how it looked to me. I didn't see anywhere where he
right.
got cancer or anything. He didn't lose his hair.
No.
Unless being in that goop pit, making Doomsday, somehow.
No, he gets his hair shaved in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's funny I said that because in Superman and Lois on TV, there's a Lex Luthor in there, and he's played by the guy that plays Abraham in Walking Dead. I can't remember his name, but he's got like red hair, kind of big guy. Anyways, he has hair in prison as Lex Luthor, and then he also gets his head shaved. Superman and Lois on TV.
Maybe it's just a way to identify the post and pre-prison version of Lex Luthor.
Anyways,
And I forget who plays him in Titans. Is it John Cryer?
No,
No,
that's
that was
Supergirl. Yeah, no,
God, that show was hard.
I know.
Titans.
It was an older guy. I can't remember his name. Looks familiar though.
Titus Welliver.
I think Cryer did a pretty good job though as Lex Luthor,
Oh yeah.
especially during the Crisis show. That was a good series.
Yeah, this is a guy you'd recognize.
It was an older guy. I can't remember his name. Looks familiar though.
Titus Welliver.
I think Cryer did a pretty good job though. Got a IMDb. Put it in the chat. We'll check it out. That was a good series.
Yeah, this is a guy you would
Anything else?
recognize. No, I got nothing.
Okay. All right, Gigi. Thank you, Jerry. Gigi, what you got for gaming news?
Uh,
IMDb, put it in the chat.
well, yeah. Daytona
Do you have a link
for
for
one,
that?
and then dude, yeah, I was planning on just playing the song as I was talking about it and not
Do it.
telling you guys, but I was
Do
too
it.
lazy to. It's too late. I already talked about it and didn't do that.
No.
But but yeah, if you just type in Daytona USA song on YouTube, it'll pop right up.
Can I do that while I'm streaming? Do you have a link for that?
Yeah. And
That's right.
I was planning on just playing the song as I was talking about it and not telling you guys.
Hopefully I don't get a flag for it.
Dude, and that's like, I mean, that game, like, there's so, like, Shenmue had a lot of the, like, from like the early mid 90s all the way through, like, you know, for like a good 15, 20 years, that same group of musicians, it's like you would call it Sega rock, a very specific sound of, it's just Sega rock. The only difference with Daytona has that one particular vocalist, but other than that,
Okay.
yeah, it's got that classic Sega rock sound.
I got it queued and play it.
It's kind of rad. That same Dude, when you're a kid, when you're in the arcade and you hear that and you're in, especially you have like the full cabinet where you're sitting in the car with the steering wheel and everything, like you just get sucked right into it. You know?
Yeah. Was it like
Such a
it was like
cool-
50 cents. It wasn't a quarter. It was more than a quarter. Play it.
Yeah, some places it was $1.
Yeah, I remember that. Like on the boardwalk or something. Yeah.
Yeah, if you went to like a shitty place, yeah. And dude, so there was a place in Colorado. I lived in Denver randomly for 1 year when I was a kid. And there was an arcade there. It was a 2-story, 2 levels of arcade. It was called Sega City. And it was all Sega games, and they had every Sega arcade game you could ever imagine, and all kinds of ones you didn't even know existed, and like Japanese exclusive arcades, and just everything they ever made was pretty much there, as far as I know, at that time. This was mid-90s, and the craziest thing was on Tuesday nights, it was unlimited tokens for $10. And that was good for like 4 or 5 hours every Tuesday night. Man, if that wasn't the coolest shit as a kid. And, that was so awesome. So awesome. But, yeah, Daytona USA, go play it. But also there's been, and some other gaming stuff. So there's been a lot of rumors up until recently, up until like a week ago. Everybody thought Microsoft was sort of ditching video game consoles because they started several years ago when they started buying all of these game developing studios like Activision, who makes Call of Duty and that's the big one, but all kinds of other stuff. Bethesda, that does your Elder Scrolls games, Skyrim and Starfield and stuff like that. They've bought, they were buying up so many studios that a court case was started, a federal court case, because they had to determine whether this was monopoly or not. Like they had all of the, like with Activision, for example, that was PlayStation's, they made some of the best-selling PlayStation exclusives. That's kind of what was keeping them in the race, and then Microsoft bought them out. So everybody thought, damn, Xbox is taking over. But then all these rumors started coming out a couple months ago that Xbox was sort of going the way of Sega, where they're going to keep the Xbox Game Pass service, but they're not going to make consoles anymore, and they're going to get out of the console race. And then, there's all kinds of content creators that were just making video after video talking about that. And there were memes, like comparing Xbox to how it felt when Sega went out with the console game back in the day. But then just like a week ago, they interestingly It's not one or the other. They seem to be doing both. They are going to continue making consoles. They just announced some specs for their new console. It's not even an upgrade to the current generation. They're already talking about the next generation. And but at the same time, the Call of Duty games that they now own, Elder Scrolls, all those games are also, they're also going to put them out on PlayStation and Nintendo. So it's not many companies would be able to do that, because they're, in a sense, they're really competing with themselves in some ways, but at the same time, they're also selling more games. And nobody's had the money. No video game company has had the money to do that before. They either, so I don't know, it's really interesting. It's a new, just to cover the whole board strategy that no major video game console company has ever done. And it's just been interesting to see the back and forth of the retro dork gaming community and all those YouTube channels, talking like it's a for sure thing that Xbox is going to dominate the console market with all the monopoly they have, and then Xbox is leaving the market, and then that was the thing for a couple months, and now it's both. And
don't they have a new? Aren't they working on something new? Like
yeah,
an online only? Yeah.
I'm not sure of something like that. I mean, what do you mean by online only? Oh, like something like Google Stadia or something?
I don't know. I remember hearing something about Xbox stopping production on something and starting only on something.
Oh, so you're talking about so yeah, a couple of, especially one of their big offices and whole divisions of Xbox that were responsible for publishing and distributing physical copies of games. They just shut them down.
Is that what it was? Okay.
So everybody's kind of, people that like physical media are bitching about, which I'm a physical media guy. And as we've seen with PlayStation, like just a few months ago, this like made news and stuff. Like if you logged into your PlayStation on PlayStation Network, because you could get, apps like Netflix and Discovery Channel on there, and you can buy TV shows and buy movies and stuff. And they just straight up gave you a notice like, hey, we're taking down the Discovery Channel app from PlayStation Network, and any movies that you bought and paid for, you don't have them anymore. So fuck you. And like, and a lot of us physical media guys have been saying for years, like, you think you own these games you're buying digitally, but you don't. It's literally just an undetermined amount of time of rental is really all it is, and they can take that from you whenever they want. You're renting the license to play the game, but as
Same
soon as
goes
that
for all the
service
music
goes
you
down,
bought and all the movies you buy.
exactly, and all all the digital.
You never
people
own
are like,
digital content unless it's in your hand.
yeah, it's yeah, you really don't own it, and for years everybody's like, you guys are blowing this out of proportion. Like, it's on my system, I have it. What are you talking about? And this is like one of the first big things. Like, see, like they can take that away from you anytime, and they are doing that.
And you heard Sony laid off 900 people this week.
Yep. And
where am I hearing an echo from?
yeah, I'm hearing some sort of conversation in the background happening.
It's Dave.
But
Dave left something playing and walked away.
It's very subtle though. But yeah, a lot. And then Nintendo that's been
and
another
EA laid off a bunch of people too. And a bunch of gaming GTA, or who's the publisher of GTA? Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto. Who's the developer?
Rockstar.
I don't know if it's Rockstar. The company that's producing Grand Theft Auto has demanded all their employees to come back to the office full time as of April 1st, because too much of the shit is getting leaked online, and they're pissed. like videos of the gameplay and stuff for the new game.
Yeah.
Dave, you're
Yeah.
bleeding audio.
Bleeding audio.
Like I'm hearing the show in the background, delayed.
That's not me.
It's not me.
How about now?
Let's go.
Maybe
Nope.
it was.
No, it wasn't me.
Fun.
It's gone. Thank you.
But
Huh,
yeah, and I
that's weird.
think for a video game, especially for a project like Grand Theft Auto, like, and really for just a lot of video games in general, like, you kind of, I think you would want your team working together, like in
Yeah.
the same place, you know. Now, if it was
Absolutely.
something like if you're, you know, like my buddy works for YouTube and they just, you know, they're sitting there all day just reviewing videos and doing independent stuff. You know, there's no need for them to be in an office. But when it's a big creative, collaborative project like that, like making Grand Theft Auto, I would think, yeah, you would want those guys to all be together, you know? And
Depends on what they're doing. Some people who are part of a creative team don't talk to anyone else, like background guys and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know what it's like to work in a game development company. I've worked in I work in development right now, and my whole team is remote. I have a guy in Chicago, a couple in Florida, and
yeah, it definitely depends on the project. It depends on the game, and then in more broad terms, it depends on the type of work. But for Grand Theft Auto, I would be having the team get together to do that. And yeah, and it's, you know, that guy, there's some felon in Florida that in the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer, they clearly have
Yeah, I
this
heard about that.
character that is him, but it's in the game, and they're not giving him any royalties or anything. So he's making a big deal out of it, you know, posting videos like, listen, bitch, you gotta cut
But-
me in. That's straight up using my likeness. Like,
actually, but later on, I heard that it's actually a character from a prior version. It wasn't based on him at all. It's an older.
no, it's well. Here's
Look
the
it back
thing,
up. He's got no case. It was created long before he was like on the internet.
I've
who are we
never
talking
seen
about?
that character. I've played all of the Grand Theft Auto games, and I've never seen that character before. Neither has anybody I've talked to. And then also, so the game takes place in Florida, and this guy, in real life, he's from Florida. He was
Yeah.
all over the news. His mugshot was on the news, and in the game, they literally recreate his mugshot as it was shown on the news channel on TV in real life. They recreated that exact scene and put it in the game. Like the same, it looks like it's on the news in the game, the same mugshot, same everything. I mean, it's beyond any sort of yeah, you just got to see it.
Is that the same game that they use the lawyer from Carlito's Way? What's his name? Sean Penn's character? Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I don't know if he's
So
we're
the
talking
court.
about GTA
sorry.
6, which hasn't come out yet. If that helps.
Lindsay
Yeah.
Lohan sued. I'm looking for the name.
Yeah, she
Take
sued
Two.
on the
Take
fifth
Two
one.
is the name of the company. So yeah, she sued on the fifth one, and that got thrown out.
Yeah, that one was a bit of a stretch, I think.
I think this one is too. If you look at the pictures, I put the link in chat in YouTube chat.
Nah,
It's a
this
story.
one is. I thought it was at
They're
first
similar.
too.
They're similar. It's not him.
No, but it's not just the character itself. It's the way the character is shown in the game. It's the
So
same
it doesn't
guy
look like
on
him.
a
It's
news
just in the
channel.
kind of the same position. Whatever.
The only other possibility is this guy somehow knew that there was a character like this in this game, and he intentionally went and got arrested, and then got lucky and made it on the news to recreate what they made in the game. Like,
I'm gonna
that's
go. I
extremely
gotta,
unlikely.
honey. I got an idea. I'm gonna get arrested so I can sue Rockstar Games.
Yeah, no, it's like this is, there's really no gray area for me on this one. Like, even like like here's kind of a good example. Like in NBA in basketball games in the 90s, like in the video games back when Jordan was king of the world playing in the NBA, he couldn't he was charging too much money to be featured in the games, so they wouldn't include him. They would just put a guy in there. He wouldn't have a name on his jersey, but he's the guard, and it's everybody knows it's supposed to be a Michael Jordan, but it's not. Like it's technically not, but it's very obvious who it's supposed to be. And even this and the GTA 6 situation, it's like 10 times more obvious than that. It would be an amazing, remarkable coincidence if they actually just so happened to 100% accurately recreate how he looked and show how he was shown on the news in Florida in real life in the game during their trailer. That would be pretty wild. I guess it's possible, but yeah, I really don't know about that. But and then the other big leaked information coming out is well, actually, first one I'm excited about is Sega has a couple of things going on. One, they're calling it new energy, new era. That's their little slogan. They're bringing back a bunch of old IPs that have just been dormant since the 90s. A lot of them, like Streets of Rage, Rystar, Golden Axe, just all these classic Sega franchises that Sega dorks have been bitching about. Like, why don't you make, what's up with these series? Like, it's been 20 years, and they're finally doing what the fans want, which is nice. And then also they announced that they're spending $850 million is their budget for this new, I forget the exact verbiage they use, but it's like a super game or an ultimate game, like some sort of new game that has never been done before, like a whole new concept for a game. And they're putting just pretty close to $1 billion in it. And so that's gonna be interesting to see what that is. The last time they did something like that was when they it wasn't even that big, was but when they made Shenmue 1 and 2, that was in the Guinness Book of World Records at the time in like the year 2000, because that was the most expensive game ever developed. They spent about $70 million between the two, but this is insanely much more than that. $850 million on one game. So we'll see about that. And then all kinds of people talking about leaked details of Nintendo's new console, which is just being dubbed the Switch 2 for now. But a lot of that's kind of hearsay. But yeah, it's just basically the new generation of consoles is coming, and it's only been like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years.
Don't we have a PSP 5 Pro?
Are you talking about the portable, the PlayStation Portal, where it's like, it looks like the Switch,
I just heard
but
it's called PlayStation 5 Pro. That's all I remember hearing.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, they've, for the last few PlayStations, 3 and 4, yeah, they've done an updated, slightly better graphics, and some games can take advantage of the extra power, and some games will be made exclusively for that version of the PS5. They'll still work on the regular PS5, but some games can take advantage of that. Yeah, that's very likely a thing. But they also released a relatively useless product that I can't believe sold at all, which is the PlayStation Portal. So just imagine a Nintendo Switch. It's the exact same thing. Imagine you took a saw, cut a PlayStation 5 controller in half, and put it on either end of a tablet. Like, that's exactly what it looks like, which sounds awesome. Like, oh, sick. PlayStation 5 games on the go. Except it's not on the go, and it only works. It streams the game from your PlayStation 5. So you have to be on the same Wi-Fi network where your PlayStation 5 is at home. If you take it out anywhere, it's useless. So it's like, what the fuck is the point of that? Like, I guess if you have a crowded household and there's only one TV, that could come in handy. But outside of specifically just that, I can't think of any reason. Not to mention, it's like $500 for the damn thing. And I just thought that was incredibly stupid. But there's a lot of people that like it and they have it. I mean, I would if somebody gave me one, I'd be like, hell yeah. But I'm not going to spend $500 to have to stay at home to play it on a small screen. If I'm at home, I'm just going to play on the TV. Why do I need that? Like, I don't know. That's really dumb to me. But that's a thing. And
Okay.
but yeah, that's about it for the video game rambles.
What's the okay?
What about all these games they're remastering and putting out again, like Tomb Raider?
Dude,
I
I'm glad
saw
you brought that up.
Critical Drinker was been live streaming some of the new remastered Tomb Raider stuff. Looks good.
Yeah, there's been a lot of cool remasters. They did a remaster of Panzer Dragoon. There's the Super Mario RPG. They did that last year. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff getting remastered and getting re-released. But the problem with that, like, it's actually become a problem in some cases. Like with Shenmue, for example, we're trying to, we fought for like 18 years to get Sega to give the creator of the game the rights to make the game, and then we crowdfunded the whole thing because Sega didn't want to spend money on it. Like, they have no hope in the franchise, but it took 18 years to get the third game. But we finally did. So now we're trying to get the fourth one. But the attention has been diverted with so many of the people. It started off as like, let's get Shenmue 4. That's the hashtag let's get Shenmue 4. But now everybody's adding in hashtag Shenmue 4, hashtag Shenmue 0, hashtag Shenmue remake. It's like, listen, bitch, we're gonna be lucky as fuck if we even get 4. Like, get this remake talk out of here. First of all, it was already remastered in 2017, the first 2 games. Like, what are you? It didn't do anything. Didn't get any new fans. It did nothing. Like, you either love Shenmue already or you're never going to. There's really no middle ground there. And like, all these people keep asking for a remake. It's like, dude, can we finish the goddamn story first? Then maybe a remake after that, sure. But dude, Yu Suzuki's getting old, and they still have like 3 or 4 more games in the series before the story is finished. Like, get this remake talk out of here. But for other franchises, it is pretty awesome. Grandia HD remakes are available on Switch. Yeah, the Tomb Raider ones, that'd be nice to check out, because Tomb Raider was awesome back in the day. I had the Saturn version. But man, those graphics are rough after what we have today, going back and playing that on original hardware. So it's good that they have a remaster of stuff like that, But yeah, they're just remastering away. That's
kind of like movies.
Yeah, they just know it's a guaranteed sell, But yeah, and the problem with that is there's not a lot of new IPs coming out. It's all, if it's not remakes, then it's sequels. You hardly see any new creations.
There's a creativity void right now in everything. Everything's reboots, remakes, and sequels.
What does that mean?
What does what mean?
Does that mean we've reached the end?
There's nothing new under the sun, right?
What it just means
There's only
people are greedy. The money, the people that own these companies, all they care about is money. They don't give a shit about anything else, and they just want a return on their investment. And they have zero creative outlook on anything, and all they care about is money. That's what happens when all you care about is money. Yeah. And that is what sucks about, because dude, back in the 80s, 90s, up until about 2000, pretty much all the consoles and stuff were just video game companies. Nintendo, Sega, Atari, NEC, like they just made video games. That's what they did. That's what they were passionate about. But now you have all the Sony and Microsoft shit. And they don't give a fuck about, they don't care about video games really. They care about selling shit and whatever sell, that's why you have all these yearly Call of Duty releases. Every year there's a new football game. Like, okay, fine. But like, what about actual games, dude? Like,
it's cheaper to for one, there's just not okay, what I was going to say before, I'll step this back. It is said in certain circles that there are only like 7 basic plots that you can have in a story. How you choose to arrange that story is where the creativity comes into place. And if you think about every story that's ever been put to film or television, they all have some root in these 7 plots. It could just be that they've exhausted all the things they could think of new things. I mean,
well,
it's hard to think. It's hard to think up a story for something that hasn't already been in a movie or a TV show.
Yeah.
I totally get that train of thought because I've thought about that too. Like, how far, kind of like with skateboarding, like, hasn't everything been done? Like, what else can anybody do? But here we are, and there's still crazy new shit being done every day. But here's the thing though, with video games, so there's a pretty big independent studio scene now. The indie games, like there's indie games coming out every month from all kinds of very small, 4 or 5 people studios.
Yeah, I'm playing one right now.
And which one is that?
Last Epoch.
I just heard about that the other day.
Yeah,
I was
it's pretty good.
But
I've been playing it Enshrouded too. I've been playing a couple games, 3 games.
Nice. And but dude, when it comes to indie games, there's all kinds of new stories and creative stuff going on. It's just with mainstream AAA big fund stuff. They're just not risking their money. And which is, dude, like a lot of people will tell you, like the last generation of consoles that was like for gamers was the 6th generation, where it was the PlayStation 2, the Dreamcast, the original Xbox, and Nintendo GameCube. In that generation, you had 4 completely different flavors of video games. Like each one of those companies had their own real flavor of the types of games they wanted, and they put out so many new IPs and new franchises. It's insane. If you just go back and look down the list, so many franchises that started, a lot of these sequels and remakes are from that generation that we're seeing today. And it was just every month, just crazy, awesome, beautiful new experiences. But today, there's really only 2 flavors of consoles. There's Nintendo. Nintendo is still awesome. It's always Nintendo. But then the only other flavor is PlayStation/Xbox. There's really no characterizational difference between PlayStation and Xbox. They both get all the same shit. PlayStation, like maybe 2 games a year. It'll get 2 exclusive games a year. Like Spider-Man is the only one I can think of, that new Spider-Man game. And then Xbox has a couple of exclusives, but now they're about to put them on PlayStation anyway. Like it's the same shit. But so it's like, it's just watered down and no creativity, remakes, sequels, and you just have those 2 different types of gaming. But man, back from 2000 to 2006, you had those 4 different consoles all in it, and they were all pumping out new stuff. And it's just the magic of what the gaming industry used to be has just been sucked completely out of it. And now it's just this robotic, must print more copies, make more money. I only have 18 yachts. I need 20. Like, how many fucking yachts do you need? Like, let's make some real shit. Come on, guys. We can do this.
So what about the whole chip in the brain thing from Elon Musk? Has there been anything about that with
What about it?
like
It's been approved?
virtual reality gaming?
No.
that kind of
It's
stuff?
nothing like that. No. It's nowhere near that. Right now, it's basically just shocking people's brains so they can make an arm move or something.
I thought
There's
there was
n-
there was an article about a kid who has the chip in his brain, and he actually went out to like Google and picked up something from there, and it went into his brain or whatever.
I never
Yeah,
heard
so
that.
I've heard of several people talking about this in the last few days, but I'm wondering, like Elon's been talking about Neuralink for years. Why is it just now being talked about?
So okay, so A,
Or did
yes,
something happen?
that is the goal, Dave. That is the one of the end goals is to have data transfer between the internet and your brain. Like you could download a language kind of thing, you know. It's not there yet. It's not nowhere near. I mean, we're decades away from that, if it's even possible, which I doubt. But anyway, um, it's in the news because A, it was recently approved by the FDA for trials in humans, and B, because it was installed in a person the last month or two. That's why.
What, did they find it unethical or something?
I don't remember why they didn't allow it, but they changed their mind. It was around the time he applied for the clinical trial or whatever with the FDA, or right before he bought Twitter, and then he bought Twitter, and there was that big backlash against him, and that's when they denied it. So it looked political.
Did that guy get paid to be the first guinea pig for that?
I have
or-
no idea. I haven't really followed it. I don't really give a shit about Neuralink. It's not going to go anywhere. I mean, as a medical device, it may, but as a human enhancement tool, it's worthless until they can demonstrate some sort of usability for it or a purpose. It's bragging rights. I got a chip in my head.
So there's an article says something about Elon claims Neuralink first patient implanted with a brain chip can already move a computer mouse with their mind.
There you go.
That's something.
How does that work?
I don't know. I'm just saying it's something though.
I mean, there must be some kind of connection between the chip and the computer. Is it through Bluetooth? Is it
And the brain.
Wi-Fi?
And the brain.
Well, the chip's connected to the brain. The chip is connected to the computer. Chip's like a gateway back and forth. I just don't know that I'd want all those frequencies inside my skull.
Oh no, I'm not saying this is what you want. I'm just talking about it. Current doctors about brain chip implants. I mean, yeah, there's all kinds of concerns.
What is Dragon Rose saying? And C : everyone? What's that? Like drive C?
That's what it looks like.
What you talking about, Dragon Rose?
It's piling on Elon Musk. Oh no, it's the previous one. As mild compared to some scenes.
Everyone piled on Elon Musk. He went off the plantation. Majority of the MSM and mainstream news and publications are all very left-wing, and if you go off that left-wing plantation, you get crucified. It's very one-sided. It's hard to be like in the middle of all that.
Yeah.
Someone who doesn't pick a side like me. Like, okay. And you can't really, if you're on one side or the other, you can't see what's going on. You can't see it happening from your side. Anyway. I got nothing.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was, I was kind of referring it, like earlier, I was just referring that there's got to be something coming up like with virtual reality. But you're right. We're a long way off. I don't know.
There's been no new technology.
Since like the Nazis.
No.
We've only improved. If you think about it, rockets,
Correct.
television, we've only improved the technology that was invented like 70 years ago. Like
We've
almost 80
invented, we've miniaturized and made things faster. That's all.
Yeah.
There's no new breakthrough technology. Especially the last 20 years, there's been nothing. Nothing at all.
That's what I mean. I think we're at the end.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Dragon Rose. Yeah.
Looks like we have a link here. I'll check it out.
I'm checking it out now.
Oh, did you get the you should show that clip of those girls jamming that Iron Maiden. It's pretty gnarly.
Where's the link? Gilded?
Put it in the YouTube chat. The YouTube.
Did you put it in Gilded?
No, but I could put it there.
I can't find it. Her chat.
Yeah, I'll put it in Gilded.
Thank you. There it is. Oh, you put that guy climbing the stairs. That's what it was. Oh, I've seen the whole video on that. Mulatto butts, black and white butts. All right. Oh, Instagram. All right. How do I make this big?
Oh, here we go.
Can you full screen this? No?
I'm trying to.
Oh, you're playing it?
Yeah, I'm playing it. Oh, they're good. That was just a small clip, but that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly. I'm especially impressed with the drummer girl. Like, she's younger, and because that's more of a physical. You know, she's too small for that drum set, but she's still making it happen. You know.
That's funny.
So I've never seen Instagram videos. You can't make them full screen, nor does it show you how long they are.
It'll show you how long they are. If it's long enough, then it'll show you how long they are. But if it's really short, then it won't show you. Like that one's probably too short. If it's like more than a minute long, then you can like fast forward or whatever. But not in one that's as short as that. Then yeah, you can't really full screen it. You used to not even be able to use it on the computer. Like that's a new thing. It used to be literally just for your phone. But now you can actually post from the computer and do stuff on your desktop. That's relatively new.
Yeah, I remember you used to not be able to post to the computer.
Yeah, actually, I didn't know you could post on the computer until like last week.
You weren't able to before. This is new.
Yeah,
like
I thought. Yeah, I don't know when they changed it, but must not have been that long ago.
Yeah, pretty good. Anyways, anybody else got anything? Will I call it early? Sad. This is sad.
I feel there's definitely something I'm forgetting right now. That I was thinking about. We were talking about something this morning, and I was like, I'm gonna bring that up on the show.
I think
there's no law that says we need to go for 2 hours completely.
Who said that? There's no law, you said?
There's no law.
No, I know.
Cover the news. I think we should always try and keep it like an hour.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do
I'm
that
surprised
next
we got-
time.
Yeah, usually we're getting cut off mid-sentence. We got to wrap up the show, and now here we are, trying to fill in time.
Oh, you should come on Cruising with Steak.
Well, there's no format.
And yeah, I meant to hang out on the like I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I know you all get together on Tuesdays, right?
Yeah, Tuesdays at 9 Central Eastern. It's 2 hours.
So is it kind of like all the people that are there, like everybody's on it, or
Yeah.
is it so anybody can talk? It's kind of like Twitter Spaces, I guess, or I guess
it's
Twitter
less
Spaces is
regulated than
like
Twitter Space.
Cruising.
No,
Yeah,
it's
'cause
more
Cruising with
like.
Steak's been doing that for way longer than Twitter Spaces have been available. Right?
Oh yeah, this is our 7th year.
Yeah.
Wow.
350 a show, I think. 56 this week, 356. Anyway, it's like 9 to 12 people usually in one
That-
Zoom room, and anyone could talk whenever they want.
Is there also are there people that watch that don't want to be in the room too?
No,
Or is
that's not. We
That's all
don't.
the people.
It's only on our live stream radio. We don't have anyone watching.
Okay, so it's
Unless you're in
all the
Zoom.
participants is
Unless you're in
that's all
Zoom, yeah. If you're in Zoom, and if you want to live chat during the show, that's on our Gilded.
But the people that are live chatting are also on the thing.
On what thing?
Like they're on the call also.
No.
Oh, so
No,
there's an
there are-
audience that's not on.
Yes, there's a audience in Gilded, like a dozen people, and we usually get, I don't know, under 10 listeners, live listeners, and then they put it out as a podcast, a separate podcast, and I don't know what the distribution looks like for that.
Right on. But yeah, I definitely. Yeah, that sounds like my kind of jam. And yeah, I meant to hang out on Tuesday, but me
come-
and Jess were
we-
doing our.
We do it every Tuesday.
that's-
Come on.
Yeah,
So
it's kinda
this week
tough.
I might not be there because I'm going to be doing a show with Melissa Martell this week.
Oh, man. I was
On
supposed to do one with her
Tuesday.
last week.
Did you blow her off?
Only because I had this studying course, the school course online virtual classroom thing I had to do all week, and it freaking sucked big time. And I had to do a final yesterday, and I finally got it done, so I'm pretty much free now.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you're sick now, but you're sick now.
I'm a little sick. Trying not to be. Got a show tomorrow for Beyond the Strange. So hopefully I'm not sick because I want to do it. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Be on our show. I don't have a link yet. I do have a link. I don't remember.
Does she post
Wait,
leaks?
so Jerry, do you? Well, first of all, so who's going to be on your show tomorrow, Dave?
Oh, it's just me and Susan. We're just gonna
Susan.
be, yeah, we're just gonna be talking about shit, stuff that's
Right
going on.
And
The Royals, shit like that. We think
Right
someone's
on.
dead,
And,
dead in the wherever the fucking palace is.
Shouldn't make a link for it yet.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good. It'll be all right. It'll be a call-in show, open lines too. So, yeah, everyone tune in. Check it out.
Susan's awesome.
She's pretty good. Her show is really good. Astronaut Chicks Guide to the Universe. She knows her shit. But and who do you have? Who do you guys have? Gigi, who do you have coming up on Friday?
not entirely positive yet, but we might be having Trisha. If not this week, it'll be next week. But Trisha Eastman will be coming on. She does. We've had her on several times before, but it's been a few years, and she's one of my favorites. She does all over the world. She does ayahuasca retreats, DMT retreats, even just psilocybin retreats in various parts of the world where it's legal to do that. And it's a very, like people go to South America and they try to find a shaman that's not a scam artist, and try to get the real experience. And but that's, you just you don't know the scene, you don't know who's a scam artist and who's not. But so Trisha provides this very open, like, hey, like this is what we do, this is, it's a very safe, it's just a for sure bet if you want the proper shaman guided ayahuasca or DMT experience. There you go. That's what you do, is you call her. And so yeah, looking forward to that. And then
Nice.
And then me and Jess are doing our video game stream tomorrow night. So the Sunday ones are always usually super late. It starts at like 9 Pacific. But I was just thinking, because we also do Tuesdays at 6 Pacific. So that's, that's right when Cruising with Steak starts. So that's gonna be tough for me to make those. But we very often, we've set out to do those 2 days every week since we started. I don't think we've ever done both days in 1 week. It's usually one or the other. But I think 1 week there was, I think, where we did both. But so yeah, sometimes I'll be. Do you are you on the show too, Jerry? Or because I was under the impression you just like produce it or something.
What show are we talking about?
Cruising with Steak.
Oh yeah, I'm on it. I don't do shit for it. The best part of that show is the hate mail segment.
That's a good segment.
We have a standing invitation for anyone to write a hate mail into the show, grimsteak at gmail.com. You can write anything you want, and Grimsteak will read every email that gets sent to that address, regardless of content, live on the show. And there are a couple of recurring hate mailers. One of which is a dude from Norway named Sven, who is traveling the world with a gray alien. He got abducted and has befriended this, and they're in search of cryptids to conduct scientific experiments on. It's quite funny, and there's tons of lore, and I actually have a video on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link in chat.
So this dude, does he go on the show and talk about the alien, or no? It's only through email?
No, it's only through email. Only through hate mail.
That's good. I like it.
So I actually clipped all the hate mail segments that contained Sven mail, and this was 2 years ago. I need to update it, part 2, but I just put a link in chat if you guys want a good laugh. That shit is hilarious.
Yeah, I'm always down for that.
It's like an hour of nonsense that'll just make your ass laugh. The dude like starts, he has this whole arc where he thinks that Cruising with Steak has made him gay just by listening to the show. And then that made him so angry he started killing animals in his neighborhood, and he was pissed about that. And then one day when he was in his backyard, he saw a flying saucer above his head, and he started shooting at it. And that's when they started hassling him at night, at which point he gets abducted by little blue aliens. You got to listen to the video. It's quite a story.
Sounds like it.
Oh yeah, and there's this whole thing about his sister getting raped by their family dog when she was 18. And
Jeez. It's terrible.
there's like all these things that come up early on that keep getting dropped later on. It's just like I was traumatized by this dog because it reminded me of when my sister. you get the idea.
Oh my God.
It's funny.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, where? How do you find out what that email address is to send hate mail to?
Grimsteak@gmail.com.
Oh, that's simple enough.
Yes.
Very simple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds like fun.
that's awesome. Are you doing anything with Obelisk?
Nope, I have no shows planned. Nish is really busy with her stuff. I lack motivation. I only have like one or two people that I've got lined up to talk to. One of which I need to read his book first, which I've been putting off, and I've had it for almost 3 months now, which is on me. And the other guy's Dave Zod, who can wait. So
You ever think about having Walter Bosley back on?
I would love to talk to Walter, but I don't know what to talk to him about. I usually try and get to him when he puts out new material, like a new book. Like we had him on when his new book came out last time. I forgot what it was now. It was small. It's a small little book.
Yeah, I need to get him on the show. I've never had him.
I want to get what's his face, Joseph P. Farrell on one of these days. Like we've talked. He was busy last time, but that was like 3 years ago. I need to email him again, but he's had a heart attack since then. I don't know what his schedule is.
We should have him on Facebook if he's on Facebook. I know I have him.
Oh, I've got it. We've emailed. I got his email, and yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to talk to anybody. I don't really. It's not. I don't. It's not that I don't want to talk to anybody. There's nobody out there that I'm interested in talking to. That's a bad way to put it. I just lack motivation. You know, the whole reason I got into podcasting, same as you probably, is to ask the questions of people I heard on other podcasts that weren't the questions that weren't asked, and to go deeper into certain topics and just pick people's brains that I found interesting. And I've exhausted that pool of brains to pick.
That just seems like a cycle. Like they're all back again, and
yeah, to some degree.
Half of them are doing the same shit. So
I think the worst part of it is that for the 5 or 6, 7 years that we've been doing this, I've just become super black-pilled, and I don't really care about the things that I used to care about, that I wanted to talk to people about. So it makes it really hard to book new guests when you don't really want to talk to anybody. And the stuff that interests me now, we can't really talk about on YouTube, A, and B, YouTube demonetized my channel because we were deemed harmful content. So it's like, why even bother? I mean, it's not like we made. I think I've gotten $200 total out of YouTube in 7 years.
Really?
So I mean, I don't care that we're not monetized.
Plus, I mean, when it comes to those kind of shows that we do, that's not this one, but you know, Beyond the Strange, Shift Happens, and yours. You just got to get off YouTube if you want to talk about what you really want to talk about. Like,
we're going to move to Rumble. I was kind of waiting to get kicked off before. I'm a procrastinator. I will wait till I'm forced to do something before I do it.
But I guess
so.
If you really want to make money, I mean, things like what's that one that Corinne? She tried to get me to get on there. It's like I can't remember that platform now. Anyways, a lot of people were going to it. I haven't heard.
Oh, anything. Steam it?
No. Is
it even still around?
Yeah, barely.
What's the one that Occult Priestess is on?
BitChute? Rockfin.
That's it, Rockfin.
Rockfin, yeah.
Like,
But those are bad because
oh no,
I don't want to pay a bunch of people individual fees to watch their shit. I'd much
right,
rather
no,
pay.
yeah, I know what you mean.
It's my problem. Not that I would sign up for OnlyFans, but it's the same problem I have with OnlyFans, is that you have to pay each person. I'd rather pay one fee and see everybody, or a limited view of everybody, and maybe pay extra for extra stuff. But it's like I'm paying one streaming fee. I want to see all your catalog. Say if Rockfin was like that, that would be cool.
It's like
Well,
Patreon.
I don't know about Rockfin, but they have stuff like with Twitch, for example. You can get Twitch Prime or whatever, where you just you pay one subscription, and then it's as if you're subscribed to all the channels, and you
Right.
don't have to watch commercials and all that. Most platforms have that, but I don't know about Rockfin. But I do know Mike Strain. I mean, he does his show on all kinds of platforms, but Rockfin is the one that's popping for him, as far as I understand. And he's like all about Rockfin. And I guess you keep a much higher percentage of the income compared to Twitch straight up takes half.
That's surprising.
Yeah, YouTube takes 30%. You get 70%. And it gets paid out to you through Google Ads. So you've got that $100 threshold. It has to build up to $100 before they pay you out.
Oh, I know what we were talking about, Gigi. We were talking about Joe Rogan and Cat Williams.
Which I heard was a good show.
We were talking about that, but
it was what I saw about it. I saw maybe less than an hour, but yeah, it was pretty intriguing.
It was really good. I mean, I've only seen like probably 40 minutes of it now, but
yeah,
it's really good.
And Cat Williams he's pretty legit. I mean, him and Rogan were just going back and forth. What?
He's too legit to quit.
Did you know that? Did you hear the part where Rogan asked him about why black people smoke?
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it, but let's hear it. What did he say?
It's pretty funny.
Convoluted answer of. I thought.
I don't know why, but they love their motherfucking cools.
Pretty nonsense answer.
Newports.
I mean, Newports and cools, man.
Newports for a while because
me too.
When I was a teenager,
the band I was in, we all had a house, and they all smoked Newports, and so I just
you should watch it. It's actually pretty good. They go from menthol cigarettes to Emerald tablets like in 15 minutes. It's weird.
Biden's trying to outlaw menthol cigarettes, and I think they're already
outlawed in California.
Yeah. So I read somewhere, and I don't know if this is true, that it was like in New York they're talking about banning them, and it pissed off a large part of the black population against the Democrats because they want to do that.
Yeah, it was a legit question actually that Rogan asked. The thing is Cat was like talking for all black people, and he's like, I think it's good.
I think it's a stereotype.
Oh yeah.
I think there are just as many white people who smoke menthol as blacks.
Well, in the ads back in the day, it was never a black person that was in like a poster or like a magazine.
You rarely saw black people back in the day in advertising.
That's what I mean. It's all different today.
In anything. Now it's all black and off brands and gay people.
It's starting to get that way. Yeah,
it is. You barely see a same gender, same race couple anymore in commercials.
Right.
I thought I saw I was somewhere I was
might be about
subjected
time
to watching commercials.
I mean,
why?
When you think about it,
if it adheres to the actual proportions of the populace, then yeah, I have no problem with that. But it's overly slanted towards minorities.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the demographic.
So just for instance, there's like 7% of the population is LGBT, right? But there's representation for that in everything.
Yeah, that's true.
So not 7% of things, but everything. That's what I mean.
That's
And
how
I'm
we
not
get it
just
shoved down
singling-
our throat.
Yeah, I'm not singling you out. It's just
No, I
the
get
way
it.
it is. Yeah. And it's the same for racial stuff. And I don't care. I just don't want. I don't want to be preached to. That's basically it. I don't care.
Absolutely.
You know, if the story's good and the characters are good, I don't give a shit what they do, and nor do I really care who they fuck. You know, that's like the last thing on my mind when I'm watching a Marvel movie.
Oh, I know.
In the Marvels, the new Marvels, there was a scene where
You actually watched
it got.
it?
No, I did not watch it. But there's, I believe it was a deleted scene where Valkyrie calls Captain Marvel, and the Ms. Marvel girl answers the phone or the video call, and asks if she was her wife, I think. Like Valkyrie says, "Are you her wife? Or are you her girlfriend?" I don't remember how she phrased it, but there was a hint of, "Are you somehow sexually involved with with Captain Marvel?"
Right.
And the kid is like 15, 16,
Something like that, yeah.
something like that. And then she made a comment, something about strap on, we gotta go. Something like that. I mean, it was a really weird, the conversation was odd, but it kind of, apparently there was a relationship between Valkyrie and Captain Marvel.
Oh,
Like
okay.
a personal relationship, sexual relationship. Again, I don't care about that in a fantasy movie. It adds nothing to the story. It's purely there to inject, you know, the message, the agenda.
Right. No, I hear you.
The reimagining. I love how Jeremy used to do that on the quartering. Reimagined.
But you know what's weird? Like the first Deadpool, there was really no same-sex stuff, and then in the second one, all of a sudden, what's her name? Teenage
Kumiko.
What's her name?
Kukio,
The warhead.
I don't know what her name is.
Anyways, that weird name.
The punk rock chick.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
Is it
Sinead
Dyke?
O'Connor looking chick.
Yeah.
She ends up having a girlfriend in there.
Yeah. Kumio?
I think so.
I forgot her name. And Colossus is gay. Colossal. Yeah. Well, yeah. So the people at Marvel today are going back and assigning sex and genders to all the people. Look at the new X-Men. They swapped somebody on that. The message, yeah. Drinker says message. Jeremy says the reimagining. I don't have all the reverb to go. The message.
That's pretty funny.
A message.
If you watch Critical Drinker, he talks about that. Yeah,
He's good. He's good.
it's not inaccurate. It's absolutely 100% true.
Oh, I know. He's right.
I was talking to my dad. I put this in chat earlier. I was talking to my dad this morning about how this quote unquote message is now injected in just about everything coming out of Hollywood, and it distracts from the storytelling, and I think it's on purpose because today's writers are more activists than storytellers, and they can only write about their life experiences, and they're so young and they've been so brainwashed they can only write about getting drunk and getting laid, and the story comes second to that, and their ideology, and the story comes second to all of that. Look at She-Hulk. It's a perfect example.
Oh, God, that was the worst. I want my time back.
How many times was she shown to be a drunk and a hose bag in that show? Like every episode.
No, she dragged Daredevil into it too. That would really fucked it up.
Yeah.
Terrible. But you know what's interesting, Jerry,
Anyway.
is all right, going back to all that, like Deadpool. I like the reason why I love Deadpool is because it really took a fresh look on the superhero genre. Like, it's not all milk toast.
Broke the third wall. Broke the third wall. Yeah. It was a tongue-in-cheek superhero, and it was an R-rated superhero, which is another thing that was really good about it. It was It wasn't sanitized for your protection.
But it was like the precursor for The Boys too, which that The Boys. I mean, if you watch that shit,
What? Oh, The Boys is great, but I've read interviews with Garth Ennis. Is that the guy's name who wrote it? With The Boys, the comics. I'm pretty sure it's his name. He I forget now what it was. I don't want to misstate what I read about him, but he had an interesting take on why he wrote The Boys, and it wasn't what everyone thinks.
Hmm.
It wasn't that he was sick of superhero stuff. It was, I don't remember now. I'm sorry.
No,
I'll
that's
look it
all
up for
right.
next time.
But I mean, it's. I'm just saying. I'm pointing stuff out like, you know, Deadpool, The Boys, The Watchmen. I mean, that's pretty racy. You know,
Yeah.
and then you have Invincible, as far as animated.
I haven't watched that.
It's good. Yeah,
Is
you
it?
should watch it. It's pretty good. But yeah, I think we should wrap it up.
All right.
We got everybody.
Yeah,
Gigi,
we stretched.
shift
2
happens.
hours.
I know. Jury. We got
Thank you, sir.
the obelisk. And where can we find you, Gigi?
Everything is over at shifthappensradio.com. Social media links to all the accounts, archive of episodes, literally everything. It's all at shifthappensradio.com.
Right on. And Jerry?
Go to everythingisdemons.com
I love that. Every time.
or noxmente.com or just Google Jerry Cthulhu. You can find me.
Right on. We'll go out on some Daytona music. How's that? And yeah, the next time we'll have some longer segments, but we'll keep it down to an hour. We'll try to make this a format for everyone. So anyways, thanks everyone. Have a great night, and we will see you next time right here on Pulp Addicts Pod. Stay pulpy.